Hi, this video is a quick walkthrough of replacing spark plugs on a Nissan Micra, chassis number K12, and the engine is 1.2. So what I'm trying to do here is get to the root of a problem. The problem is the car is intermittently losing power, and it's just a little lumpy, as I call it. It's not a serious problem, but I hope it doesn't get worse. And this is a cost-effective way of component replace out. That's why I chose to replace the spark plugs first. And there's a few little tips on this video which may be useful someday. So the first tip is, when we're replacing the spark plugs, I start and complete one at a time, therefore you're not getting mixed up between all the different spark plug connectors. So that's the first tip. Second tip is, how I got access to this head was removing the following components, 1, 2 and 3, and this is the series I took them off in this manner, and therefore they'll go back on in reverse, this one, next, and then the last one. To get them covers off, it took a couple of press connectors, about 4 or 5, and there's another connector there, and then 1 or 2 vacuum leads, which are here. These are so easy to take off and so self-explanatory. I didn't see the need to label them, but you could label them if you wish. And then the coil pack is here. It just pops in and out there. So very easy stuff to do. And the next thing is, this looks like an aluminium head, so just be careful. You can see here that aluminium is prone to seize, and therefore a good tip is, if you just put a little bit of lubricant on the thread, it can act as an easy out when the time comes to remove that. And just be careful when you're torquing down anything onto an aluminium head. It can be sensitive to over tightening, so don't go very heavy on the aluminium heads. Just be gentle with them. So I took out the original spark plug, and I'll just take a quick look at it now, let that focus. And that to me looks like a good healthy spark plug with a considerable amount of fair wear and tear on it. I don't know the history of this car, so I don't think this is going to be the issue, based on it is what I call relatively dry, and there's no carbon build-up. So I don't think this is going to be the problem, but it was nice to start here. However, I'll carry on and replace these spark plugs and record the date they're replaced, so it's another job done. This is the tool I'm using, which is a socket removal tool. What that means is there's a little bit of rubber in here to hold the socket, to hold the spark plug in place, just for the ease of going down into the head. And I like to leave the cardboard on until the time comes to actually ready to go in, so it's just nice and clean. And now there's a tip here to use this socket removal tool, which is just putting a little bit of spray in there, so it makes it a bit easier to go in and out, and it also makes a good connection. The secondary thing is nice to have is a long half-inch extension bar, which can go all the way down to the head, and you can work away on this one. Now if you wish, you could probably look up a torque setting to torque these spark plugs down. I've never done this, and because just a time effective way, so just go nice and hand tight, and then just about a 45 or 90 degree turn thereafter. Just make sure you don't over tighten, and if you're in doubt, you can just try and research the torque setting. So I hope this video is helpful to somebody someday, so take care.